Welcome back to Reds Franchise, and I would call the 2024 season a success. We finished at exactly 500, which is not amazing, but it is certainly improvement from our 2023 season. Obviously, in real life, the Reds are crushing it. They're actually playing right now. Kevin Newman led off with a base hit. I keep hearing about Kevin Newman, man. What happened to Kevin Newman? Bring Kevin Newman back. Kevin Newman went to go live on the farm. He's not going to be back. He's not going to be back. And you know what I haven't heard much about lately? Jose Barrero. You guys got real quiet on that when he went back to his 50 OPS plus. Anyway, Reds offseason. And I've made some moves already. Have I signed anybody? No, we're not to free agency yet. Have I cut anybody? Haven't done that yet. But there are some guys that have been moved up to the MLB roster, including Gavin Williams in preparation for spring training. He's still progressing. Of course, we have our draft picks from a year ago and 2 years ago. Miguel Luis from 2 years ago. Alexi Vina, who you guys have seen from 2 years ago. And then we have the guys from this past draft, like generational prospect Joaquin Arnold. So he's a very interesting player. I've moved some positions around, though. Joaquin Arnold does have 99 potential. He is a pull hitter. He's going to be a menace. That's my hope. He's going to be a menace. And he is only 18. He could potentially grow above 5'10" if he's going to stick it, you know, first base or third. We'll see what happens with that. That would be manually done. But something I can't do is change the height of Matt McLain, who I've moved to center field. I'll explain why in a minute. Matt McLain, I guess, was already too close to the major league level. Like, if I go in, I can change Elly De La Cruz. I can make Elly De La Cruz, you know, 6'12" if I wanted to. That's just 7 feet. So I could do whatever I want. However high it goes, or however small it goes, I can do that. I also spent a really long time editing his face to try to make it look closer. The face scan that was in the game was just terrible. This, I'm not saying is amazing, but it took me a decent amount of time to get to where it is, and I think it's okay. It's tough to edit with this face editor or whatever. But Matt McLain is 5'8" in real life, yet is listed at 5'11" in MLB The Show on like Wikipedia or whatever. He was listed at 5'11". I cannot change his height, so he's just gonna be 5'11" now, even though he's 5'8" in real life. I'd love to make him smaller, but I can't. It's just not an option. Austin Hendrick was moved to center field. What else happened? Elly De La Cruz was moved from third to short. I moved Edwin Arroyo from short to second. Just felt like it felt better for our team. All right, we have exclusive free agent negotiations with David Robertson, who posted a 3.5 ERA with us last season. He's probably someone I would like to bring back. Cam Collier was moved to first base. He's a first and third guy, is what he's expected to be, so moved him to first base. It just works for our team a little bit more right now. I don't really want to give David Robertson more than a one-year deal. He's 39. I feel like the wheels could kind of fall off at any time. We're going to give him 1 year, $3.8 million as our offer. I don't think it's an awful deal. And then Zach Britton, he never even appeared at the major league level for us last year. And obviously, he doesn't really factor into our plans. I'm fine to keep David Bell as our manager. Now, the big thing is filling out the rest of our team. I'd love somebody that adds discipline, but of course, a pitching coach is not going to factor into that at all. Now, pitching is one of our real big problems, so getting a really good pitching coach could be really, really good for our team. And Parker Clayton, I like the look of. +3 walks and hits per 9. That could be really good. We're going to offer on Craig Compton, I think. It's tough to determine who the best one is, and I like Craig Compton because he doesn't give us anything negative. We don't really have to sacrifice anything. He's just solid. We're going to limit home runs a little bit more. K and walk per 9 are up slightly, hit per 9 up slightly. He's just a solid addition to our team if he decides to sign on, but my history with going after guys in franchises is that they just will not ever sign with me, but we'll see what happens. Looks like Compton might be headed to Pittsburgh if we don't up this offer, so I'm going to. We also have to select our 40-man roster. The only one I'd really want to keep out of that bunch is probably Justin Dunn. We do have a spot on our 40-man, so I think I'm just going to add Justin Dunn to it. It had been a while since I did an MLB franchise, so I kind of forgot the exact rules of the Rule 5 draft, but most every prospect is not going to be Rule 5 eligible, so we don't have to worry about pretty much anyone on here. Connor Phillips in real life is someone that is a pretty good prospect who's actually Rule 5 eligible somehow. He's been lights out in real life. His potential and overall are not great in the game, but he's also not somebody I want to lose. So I'm going to take Ian Jabot off the 40-man and Ryan Zapera as well. We have really no need for him. We're going to go ahead and pass him through waivers. If he gets claimed, whatever. And I guess we'll add Matthew Nelson as well. Why not? Now, going into arbitration here, it's not for a while, but we need to go ahead and offer some of these players that we want to keep. Griffin Canning we traded for, and he was really solid for us. I wish we could see just his Reds numbers, but did have an ERA under 4 for the year. Really solid 4 or 5 starter, and he actually might be even higher than that in our rotation. Whip at 1.3. Didn't really strike a ton of guys out. 91 in 148 innings is not good. But if he's limiting runs, getting ground ball contact, that's fine. I actually want to offer him a 3-year contract, $17 million overall. That's only 5.7 per year for a starting pitcher. I feel like that's pretty good. Ryan McKenna is good defensively. He really didn't hit very much at all for us last year, which is to be expected, I guess. But he is really, really solid defensively. How expensive is he? A little over $1 mil. What can I offer? I'm not going to give him a 5-year deal. I would give him like a 1-year deal worth. And we might as well offer arbitration at that point. So that's what we'll do. Tony Santillan we don't really need, but we're going to offer arbitration. And then Silvino Bracco and Derek Law we do not need. Law does throw pretty hard. His velocity is crazy at 98, even though it's doesn't really seem to throw over 95 for his base velos. Maybe get up to 97, 98. But he's just not somebody we need. And then we have to go down and offer contracts for pretty much our entire farm system. So let's do that. And then free agency has some interesting players. Corbin Burns, Juan Soto, Jose Altuve, Shane Bieber, Pete Alonso, Max Fried are the big ones. Brandon Woodruff would be a nice add as well. Tyler O'Neill could solve a center field problem for us. Hasn't been great in real life, but would be a really nice add in game. So Tyler O'Neill is somebody I'm definitely interested in. For sure. And pitching is an issue for us. It really is. Glasnow was pretty good last year. Pablo Lopez could be interesting. Of course, I'm looking at some of these guys that have made, or that have had qualifying offers made to them. Twins are offering a huge deal. I mean, it's going to be expensive to get a top-flight pitcher. Pablo Lopez was very good. ERA well under 3 last year. And you got to think about how these players simulate, right? That's really, really important. Blue bars here. Little Gleyber Torres action. He would be a nice add, but we don't really have room for him. Corbin Burns was exceptional in 2024. Pitching is a huge need for us. We'd be stealing him from a division rival. We should offer Corbin Burns a massive contract. We have money. Money's not really the huge issue for us. This would be a massive, massive contract. But whatever we can do to get Corbin Burns, we should do. And we're going to front load it because we don't have to pay guys like Ellie De La Cruz yet. And soon Jock Peterson and probably Hunter Renfroe will be coming off the books. We are going to offer Corbin Burns. Doesn't mean we're going to get him, but man, what an addition to the rotation this would be. Max Kepler's back in free agency. He didn't have the worst year in 2024, and 2023 wasn't terrible either. We could offer Max Kepler a contract to come back. I know Tyler O'Neill is here. He would be such a great get for us. I don't know. something about it I'm hesitant to do. So I really just want to go out and sign all of these top guys. I guess it would be 2, but 17.7 per year. He wants a big contract. I really don't want to give out that big of a contract. I was thinking maybe 3 years. I would go 19 mil. That's significantly more than the Cardinals are offering. Maybe we could get a steal here. Like 52 over 3. We're going to get in the race. Corbin Burnes no longer interested in the Reds offer. Tyler O'Neill, though. Okay, hold on a second. Tyler O'Neill is the newest Cincinnati Red. That's quite an addition to our outfield. He's 29 years old. We have him for 3 years. We're paying him a good amount over these 3 years, but we're not really tied down long term. So this is not going to necessarily block somebody like Alexi Vigna. Maybe for another year, but we'll have Jake Fraley, Tyler O'Neill, Hunter Renfroe in the outfield. It's a really nice group. O'Neill's pretty good defensively, obviously runs really well. I am a bit worried that he regressed against lefties for power and discipline went down. But he should be easily the best all-around outfielder on our team. Hunter Renfroe is really good, but he's not as good defensively in center field like Tyler O'Neill. That was a big need for us. So that's a huge get. That's a huge get. Now, the big question at this point is what do we do about starting pitching? And we don't get Corbin Burnes. Okay, that's fine. What is our pivot? Is it Tyler Glass now for a year? You know, Marcus Stroman continues to be really, really solid, having a great year in real life as well. Marcus Stroman could be somebody we go after. He's 33 years old. He wouldn't have to be a frontline starter for us. And would just slide into the rotation pretty nicely. And it probably wouldn't have to be a long-term deal either. The Cubs are offering 12 mil for a year. We could certainly do better than that. How about 2 years? And then we can up that to probably about 13.5 mil. That's a reasonable contract. And it would put us above the Cubs significantly. And he would be a really solid, you know, 3, 4, or 5 starter, somewhere in that range. And we got a new pitching coach, Craig Compton. There we go. Danny Jansen is headed to the Dodgers. It's not exactly big news. But I'll tell you what is big news is we got another pitcher. Marcus Stroman, welcome to Cincinnati. You know, he's not going to be somebody with a super high ceiling for us. Know that. But if he goes 200 innings with an ERA sub 3.5, that's a really solid year. His whip was a little bit higher than his past few years, but the ERA was at the lowest it's been since 2021. So I feel good about it. So we signed the new joint highest rated player on our team in Tyler O'Neill. He should be good, man. Should be fun. You know, we're building a power hitting team. I think we were maybe 4th or 5th in home runs last year, and that number should only go up now with the addition of Tyler O'Neill instead of guys like Ryan McKenna playing sometimes daily. Corbin Burnes headed to San Diego. The Mets bring back Pete Alonso. Of course, we got Tyler O'Neill. Dodgers bring back Will Smith. And most of these are just re-signings. Braves get Max Fried back and Mike Soroka back. Astros bring back Jeremy Pena. Could we use another reliever? Let's see. So we have Alexis Diaz. We have Brusdar Graterol. We only have one lefty. Stroman's going to be a starter. Yanni Chirinos I talked about as a long reliever. TJ Antone can be middle relief. Obviously his role with 32 stamina. Tony Santillan doesn't necessarily have to be in the plans. I think our bullpen's kind of full. It's not that bad. Our bullpen's pretty good, and making Yanni Chirinos a long reliever, he's not even overpaid. It's $4.5 million. That really isn't too bad. Santillan's making a little over 1 in arbitration. Lucas Sims is at 2.5. Caleb Ferguson's at 3. TJ Antone's at 2. Alexis Diaz is making nothing because of you know, being so new to the league, and we have that lovely team control. And then Brusdar is making close to, well, a lot of variation. It was front loaded, but a median of 4.5 per year. So Yanni Chirinos is, I guess, one of the highest paid players in our bullpen. However, his long relief that he could provide us should be invaluable. Wow, we're going to see him a couple times a year. Shane Bieber, that's your Corbin Burnes replacement. 7 years, $243.6 million to our division rival, the Milwaukee Brewers. He's a year younger than Corbin Burnes, maybe even 2. He is just as good overall-wise. Now, Burnes was more dominant last season, but that is a very good year from Corbin Burnes. And of course, Shane Bieber, you're getting similar type production, ERA right at 3. That is a very, very good pickup for Milwaukee. That makes me a little bit nervous. Juan Soto is going to be going to a small market. Cleveland, Kansas City, maybe San Diego keeps him, but it seems unlikely. He's very good. Plus 15 contact against left. That's quite an upgrade for Juan Soto. Altuve is going to go back to the Astros. And the Padres are not done. They want Brandon Woodruff as well. If they manage to keep Juan Soto and get Brandon Woodruff, that would be huge. Nothing else is of particular interest. Dodgers getting Anthony Santander would be interesting. He's really, really good. Numbers are not super amazing, though. Wow, that's a bit of a curveball. Willy Adames is headed to Detroit. They got Javi Baez, and they're going to team him up with Willy Adames. Don't know where those guys are going to play. Willy Adames has kind of some similar aspects of his game to Javier Baez as well. Javi, you know, he's got the power, good defense, huge arm, going to strike out quite a bit. Willy Adames kind of in that range. And Jose Altuve is not going back to Houston. The Mariners have given the 34-year-old Jose Altuve 7 years, $212 million to become a Mariner. Oh my. Anthony Santander also just homered in real life, by the way. Interesting timing. That is absurd what just happened. And it has shaken up the entirety of all these negotiations. Juan Soto now maybe going to Milwaukee. That would be bad news for us. The Oakland A's are in on Juan Soto. The Tampa Bay Rays. Unreal. Alex Bregman now has some competition for him. Or the Houston Astros do. What is happening in MLB The Show land? Simulating the winter meetings, we got lucky. We dodged a bullet. Brandon Woodruff out of the NL Central. He's headed to Minnesota. He'll play for the Twins. 32 years old. He's 89 overall. ERA at 3.34 last year. Just a little under a strikeout an inning. Pretty good season. And I'm really interested to see where some of these top flight free agents go. A lot of them are off the board. But at the same time, Juan Soto still out there. Teams increasing offers. It'll be very interesting to see where he ends up signing. As we'll see the draft lottery here. We end up with the 14th pick. The A's pick at number 1. Pirates at 2. Rockies, Royals, Diamondbacks make up the top 5. 14th is a lot lower than we've been picking, which in a way is good. Because... Or we haven't actually seen it yet. We just see our odds for it. Okay, well, it'll be interesting to see where we pick. 14 would be good for us because it means we're making strides as an organization. And we'll simulate the lottery here and see who's picking number 1. We have basically no chance to get the number 1 overall pick, or even pick inside the top 5. There is a chance we make it inside the top 10, though, and we don't. Rockies, the new number 1. Royals, A's, Pirates. And there we are sitting at 14. So nothing else seemed to move at all. Maybe that's how that goes. But, you know, we were not a postseason team, so we were involved in it. We just didn't move up at all. And Juan Soto is headed to Milwaukee. 9 years, over $310 million for the 26-year-old outfielder. He had an unbelievable 2024 season. Hit 330 with 41 home runs, 117 RBIs, 17 steals. That is unfortunate for us. Now, we are not eligible for this draft as we do not have a roster space, but nobody is going to be that interesting in there. So, and the Brewers are not done. Alex Bregman to Milwaukee, 4 years, 38. He had a great age 30 or 31-year-old season. Hit 262, 32 home runs, 88 ribbies. Okay. The Brewers could be a really big problem for us. Juan Soto, Shane Bieber, their two highest rated players, are new to the team. Freddie Peralta is good in MLB The Show. Hasn't been amazing in real life. Although he's made a couple decent starts back-to-back. I think he's actually starting today. He's against me in fantasy. I'm done at fantasy. I'm cooked this week. Might make another video on that. Some of you guys have been asking for it. But no matter what I did this week, it just wasn't going to happen for me. Freddie Peralta, gone 3 innings, struck out 2, allowed 2 hits. Pretty decent for him so far. But Alex Bregman, new to Milwaukee. They also have Luis Severino. He's new to Milwaukee. Dude, the Brewers are going all out. Out of their top, like, what, 10 players? Not even. Luis Severino, Bregman, Shane Bieber, Juan Soto. These guys are new to the team this year. They got IKF. Oh, they're going to be unstoppable. I don't know. This is a really good team. The Brewers are going for the division. That's all I can say about that. Tyler Glasnow is headed to Los Angeles, this time with the Angels. We saw another guy go to the Dodgers in, of course, the catcher. But Glasnow headed to Los Angeles. And, yeah, Danny Jansen was the catcher who went. I think, did we get Ryan McKenna back? Is that just what happened? I think it is. Yeah, 1.6 million. I don't know if they sided with us. But that is the offseason, and spring training is here. We're going to do a little bit of spring training in this episode. It's not just going to be signing players. But, you know, you look at our team, I'm pretty happy with the way things went. Getting Tyler O'Neill is big. I think Marcus Stroman's going to be a nice under-the-radar signing for us. He's only the 4th highest-rated pitcher on our team, but solidifies our rotation in my mind. You know, Gavin Williams is somebody that had a shot to make the rotation. And while I think that's still possible, I think it's less likely that he's going to start with us this season, but it could still happen. And that could be maybe Griffin Canning to a long relief role. That's not completely out of the question. It just depends what his season looks like. There's been some volatility there. Like 2023, it was fine, not amazing. 2021, of course, was real life, not that great. And then 2024, pretty good. And that's when we traded for him. We traded Max Kepler to get him. So if he's not great, he could go to the bullpen. Maybe could even be traded. And then Gavin Williams could come up. Miguel Luis is now only 19 years old. I don't really have any plans to start him with the big league team this year. He could come up at some point, but I want to continue to develop him, so that's not really in my plans right now. Now, Enrique Magana is going to be with us for spring training. He was somebody who we drafted in that 2 draft classes ago with Alexi Vina, with, of course, the starting pitcher Miguel Luis. He throws not super hard, but only a 3-pitch mix is going to relegate him to a bullpen role. Stamina, obviously, as well. Control's not really there. I can't really see him making the team, but we'll see. Things could happen. Kurt Casale probably shouldn't even be on the team anymore. Let's be real. But Matthew Nelson, I don't know if I have much faith in him as a backup. It could happen. Pretty good defensively. Hopefully he's solid for us. Cam Collier with us for spring training. Only 20 years old. Edwin Arroyo with the team. Joaquin Arnold should probably get a shot just to see what he's like in spring training. He's only 18, but he's a generational player. I'm going to remove Tony Santillan from our 40-man, and I'm going to add Joaquin Arnold. And my big reasoning on this is because he might be up sooner rather than later, and it's more fun. We just drafted him. He's already a 75 overall with 99 potential. We want to see this guy. We want to see what he's all about. Noelvi Marte can start with the Major League team. This is spring training, so it doesn't really matter a ton. Jesse Winker, of course, is going to be on the Major League team. He was just so good last year. He's probably going to be our everyday DH. And then, of course, Tyler O'Neill, Matt McClain, Austin Hendrick. We'll see George Valera up there as well. We have a lot of center fielders, but I can't imagine all these guys are going to be on the team you know, by the time everything's said and done, is how I'll say that. Will Benson can start with the Major League team, and that's what we have. The addition of Tyler O'Neill certainly appears to complicate things as we just move Matt McLain to center. Hunter Renfroe is going to be in right. Jake Fraley is going to be in left. So what does that mean? It probably means that, well, and Yandy Diaz is on the way down anyway. He was regressing. He's 33 years old, see potential, and only under contract for 2025, which is this season. So it maybe only complicates things in the very short term. We have Jock for a couple more years, and he's at first base / DH. India is going to stay at second. We're kind of locked in there. But this just might move Ellie back to third, and then Matt McLain back to short. We're going to start spring training with the guy that everybody wants to see. Ellie De La Cruz, player lock. Come on. I mean, how do we do anything else? And Blake Snell's in Cleveland now. That's interesting. As Ellie De La Cruz will hit one very hard right at first base and ground out into a double play to start. Squared that up. Just hit it real hard on the ground right at first base. Player locks will be doing zone hitting for a lot of this episode. It is spring training. Doesn't really impact their numbers very much. We'll just see what they're capable of as the Guardians will bring out Tristan McKenzie as Ellie will bat from the other side this time. And got jammed there. Not a great swing. First pitch swing at a slider down and in. Not great. Ellie will get a shot here at shortstop, though. Ground ball hit towards second base. There goes Ellie for one. And he just wouldn't throw it. Okay, cool. I don't know if we had a play anyway. Jimenez runs so well. And Ellie actually won 2024 Rookie of the Year. Okay, I didn't see that. But apparently he did. He's going to rip this one in a left field for a base hit. We're actually going to send the runner here. Here's the throw. Play at the plate. Out by a mile. Ellie can't believe it. He's like, what are you guys doing? I rip a base hit. We can't go station to station. You're going to run on a shallow throw. I mean, look where he is. He's basically standing on the infield. Ground ball at Ellie. Charging. He'll make the throw casually. And throw out the runner. 9 now. We'll see if Ellie gets another shot. I think he should bat in the bottom of the 9th. Just because we last hit in the either the 6th or the 7th inning. Get a ground ball hit at him. Once again, it's so casual because of that arm, because of that speed. Not a problem for Ellie De La Cruz. And he will get a shot here against the closer. Emmanuel Clase throws a cutter up at about 102 miles per hour. See if we can hit it if we see it. And there it is. 99 away. First pitch swing on the black. And popped it up. Early on it is why that happened. As I see what's blocking the scoreboard. Ryan McKenna homers in this game. Okay, there we go. And now we're going to do player lock. For our first round pick from a year ago. He's going to be DHing today. It is Joaquin Arnold. Technically making his major league debut. Did not play in the previous game. Don't have him going against lefties for some reason. We just have so many players at the major league level right now. It's tough to fit them all into a lineup. So we'll see what changes in spring training. But Arnold, he looks like an old school player. I mean, he's got these big sunglasses on. And we'll see what his stance is like. You can always customize some stuff as well. Like ball 1. And Joaquin Arnold gets a pitch to hit here. This is going deep to left. Serious hang time. Back at the wall. And he makes the catch to retire Joaquin Arnold. First swing was a good one, though. Got a sinker down at 91. Hit it at 94. Just could not quite get it out of the stadium. He's only 18 years old. Plenty of time to hit the weight room. And graduate from warning track power. Here's AB number 2 facing the new giant, Aaron Nola. Man, a lot of movement in MLB The Show franchise. Aaron Nola now pitching for the San Francisco Giants. As Arnold will rip a changeup foul. 108. Foul to left field side. 1-1. Got a hanger and rips one deep to left center. This one's got a chance as well. It's going to one-hop off the wall. Arnold has a stand-up double. 1 run will score, and Arnold has hit the ball very hard. in his professional debut. Keep in mind, this guy has never even played minor league baseball. We drafted him, and he's straight to spring training, and he's got a pretty good swing. I'll say that. That power has a bit of a ways to go. Those glasses kind of look ridiculous. I don't know if we're going to get a change or not. But Joaquin Arnold, he's not exactly a 5-tool player, but he sure can hit. Oh, wow. That's a double play. I thought that was over the head. They took Joaquin Arnold out? What are you doing? Well, we're going to see Alexi Vina, who is another top pick for us. This one ripped foul down the first base line. 102 off the bat. Alexi Vina is another guy that could come up to the majors pretty soon. Our first round pick from the year prior. He lines out to second base. We'll get an AB against Will Bednar here. Brother of the Pirates closer David Bednar, I believe. And Ellie De La Cruz will grip it and rip it deep to center field. He's got 99 speed, so that's the easiest double you're ever going to hit. Thought about 3 for a minute, but we will settle for 2 with Ellie De La Cruz as he cruises into second base. Got an elevated fastball, didn't miss it. You know, maybe if we're able to turn on that, get a little bit of an earlier swing on it, it could have been a home run. As they're going to intentionally walk Jake Fraley. And now we'll see Tyler O'Neill for the first time in a Cincinnati Reds uniform. Has played a little bit for us in spring training already, but here is his first AB, I believe, has played for us in spring training. Maybe not. Either way, welcome to Cincinnati, Tyler O'Neill. Here is Will Bednar. O'Neill! 106 off the bat. This is Lineout Simulator. Tyler O'Neill obliterates a hanging breaking ball, but sends it right to the third baseman. And we'll see Miguel Luis. Miguel Luis, for those who don't know, was, I believe, our second round pick from 2 years ago. Drafted him as an 18-year-old. He's already up to 73 overall. And this is actually our first time seeing him, period. Pitched at AA and then I believe made it into AAA at the end of last year. Doesn't throw especially hard. He's a pitch to contact guy. He's probably going to utilize this sinker quite a bit. Does not have overwhelming, overpowering stuff. This fastball could end up getting a bit faster. Comes in there to Will Wilson at 94. But, you know, he's still got a long way to go. He's only 19 years old. The velocity could develop a little bit. There is potential for that, I believe. And he's got another loud out here. This one a little bit louder, deep to right field. But he does have a lot of pitches, so he's definitely going to remain as a starter. Good stamina as well, so it kind of is a perfect storm to make him a starting pitcher. He's got a pretty slow 12-6 breaking ball, or what appears to be a 12-6. Maybe not quite so vertical as India will knock it down. No real play anyway. Got a changeup as well. Not sure that has a ton of movement, but at least it is, you know, slow enough compared to his fastball that he can get some weak contact. Maybe some swings and misses on it. Yeah, the curveball maybe not quite a 12-6, but it does have pretty much 12-6 action on it. Let's see what an elevated fastball will look like. I know we're from some unusual angles here. It's kind of nice to see how these pitches move for a pitcher we've never used before. And he'll induce another flyout. Hunter Renfroe underneath it. That's the third. Hunter Renfroe with a 3-run home run. And that'll bring Alexi Vina back up. And they're going to bring in Miguel Yajure. I want to say Yankee legend. I want to say he's pitched for the Yankees before. Let's see what Vina can do. I think he lined out to second base last time. Over 7,000 are here at Date Palm Field to watch the Reds play the Giants in spring training. 3-1 to Alexi Vina. And that'll be ball 4. Change up away, puts Vina on first base. And he does have pretty remarkable speed. 89 speed, 85 stealing. I thought it was 86 at one point, maybe even 87. Literally took a bit of a step back. That would have been a good pitch to steal on. And there goes Alexi Vina. Fastball right down the middle. No play at second base. Vina too fast. One hopping throw is not going to get him. Got to be a perfect throw. I mean, the catcher pop time was not bad at 1.82. But Vina just too quick. Got up to nearly 20 miles per hour on that steal. I'd even try to get him to third base. Got a one-step lead. And there he goes. Good pitch to hit, though. Gonna be a ground ball. Vina gonna be gunned out. Tried to get crazy and get home on that. Would have been fun. And we'll see Elly De La Cruz hit. Has homered in this game, apparently. We, of course, hit the double with him. But I'm loving to see the power and the development from Elly De La Cruz. Hit for the cycle yesterday as I record this. That was actually in last episode as well. That's apparently strike one. Don't think so, but all right. Full count to Elly. See if we get a pitch to hit. Pretty much green light no matter what. We're not playing for a walk in spring training. And that was well off the plate. Clear ball four, but we are not playing for a walk. Give Elly a strike. Let him give the fans a souvenir. I can't do anything with that pitch. Elly walks. That sucks. I want to hit, man, but couldn't get the bat to that one. Just couldn't will myself to swing at it. Gives a pitch to Jake Fraley, though. Fraley goes deep to right. This one's got a chance. Back to the track. It's a fly out. And we'll see Miguel Luis for another inning. This time from a different angle. He's also got the rec specs on. Although I'm not sure if Joaquin Arnold has rec specs or it's just sunglasses and they look weird. I don't know. But Magana is probably due after Miguel Luis as Luis strikes out Colton Welker. I'm using pinpoint. This is what I usually don't do because we can dot. We can locate just a little bit too well. But it's spring training. We want to see kind of these guys at full potential. See what they can really get up to. Slider got him swinging. Back-to-back strikeouts for Miguel Luis. And Zach McKinstry is not someone who strikes out that easily. He's a pretty high contact, high walk guy. Chases a really good pitch there. And that's apparently a ball somehow. Trying to strike out the side. Could be the last batter for Miguel Luis. Ooh, that fastball's a strike. Very inconsistent zone. Try to locate the slider, Miguel. And Luis gets a disgusting swing. This is not a strikeout guy. He just struck out the side. Look at Miguel Luis fighting to be up with the big league team. He's a lefty. He's a crafty lefty. And he punches out 3 in a row. Tyler O'Neill gets into one. Hanging curveball to right center. It's going to bounce off the wall. And it'll be another stand-up double here for the Reds. Maybe our 3rd or 4th of the game. Tyler O'Neill has incredible speed. There was never a doubt. And we're really also not only bringing a power team, we're building a track team. Elly De La Cruz, exceptional speed. Tyler O'Neill now. Yandy Diaz got out. Squared it up perfectly. Tyler Stevenson next at bat. Green light 3-0 in spring training. No doubt about it. Get out of here, ball. Tyler Stevenson extends our spring training lead. Right, of course I'm going to green light in spring training. We got a decent pitch to hit. And it was actually worse contact than the Yandy Diaz kind of fly out or line out. But obviously a better result. Pretty good rip by Jock Peterson. I actually didn't know what type of contact that was when I first swung. Got a fastball up and in, lefty-lefty. Jock Peterson doesn't muscle it out, but pretty good contact as we'll get to Hunter Renfroe. I want to get back to Alexi Vina. That's why I didn't skip this, because I want another AB. And I had to guarantee some hits, so I just took over myself here in the top of the 9th. We'll see what Hunter Renfroe can do against the lefty. Got a hanger, and that one is a banger. Over the wall in right center field, into the bullpen. Hunter Renfroe extends our lead even more. And yeah, against the lefty, we got some guys that can do damage. Yeah, like you do have Jesse Winker, Jake Fraley, and Jock Peterson, some lefties that don't really hit lefties in our lineup, but that's not the case with some of our righties, especially now with the addition of Tyler O'Neill as well. And here is Alexi Vina against Taylor Rogers, the lefty and harder throwing twin. Tyler Rogers, the other one, is the righty submariner. Is that too soon to say submarine? It might be. Vina, that's a sick pitch. Sinker down and away, 2 strikes. All that fight just to get back to Alexi Vina and get one of the most disgusting 2-strike pitches I've ever seen. Come on, man. Get another AB for Ellie after another stand-up double. Jonathan India there. And we get underneath it. Ellie De La Cruz, little pop-up. And that is going to do it for our hitting in this game, as we'll turn it over to Enrique Magana out of the pen. And we'll see what he's capable of. There are 2 lefties, so we should leave in Miguel Luis, but we want to see Magana. 23 years old, can dial it up into the mid to high 90s. We're going to see what he can do for us out of the bullpen. Apparently locate pretty well, but not get the call. Seems to be his strength so far. He's got a real interesting, kind of over-the-top, short-armed release. Got a pretty good angle of it here. Who throws like that? I'm trying to think. It looks very familiar. I just can't quite put my finger on it. Bruzdar a little bit, to be honest. Bruzdar Gratterall, who we have on our team, actually. It's not quite the same, but it's kind of like the same kind of short-armed, compact motion. See if we can get Sal Frelick out. Former Brewers top prospect, swings through a changeup there. And this curveball looks like it's got some serious biting action. And he gets the call. Strike 3, game over. Frelick can't believe it. Wanted to go home. Can't blame him. They were never coming back. That is a nice red spring training win. It is spring training. We're just trying to mess around with some stuff. See some different guys. Joaquin Arnold with a couple of good swings. He's an 18-year-old with a 40-year-old police officer's mustache. Tell me this, right? Why did we draft Carl Winslow from Family Matters? How is he our generational player? Either way, you know what? He's going to be a star for us. Joaquin Arnold, he had a decent debut. Okay, the Nationals claimed Tony Santillan off waivers. So that was somebody we were comfortable letting go and letting pass through waivers. And you know what? He got picked up, which to me is actually pretty shocking. Now, that could potentially elevate one of our young arms. Now, I don't think I want to bring up Miguel Luis to be a reliever. I don't. But I don't think I want that to be Gavin Williams' role either. But might have to be. That could potentially elevate the young Enrique Magana into our bullpen. It could happen. We're going to get some Tyler O'Neill player lock going on. He was our biggest signing of the offseason. We will probably see Marcus Stroman at some point as well. But we want to get some player lock with our big free agent acquisition. I don't know where he's going to hit for us in the lineup just yet, but we know he's going to be the everyday starting center fielder. And we know he's going to hit some bombs for us. Those are the only 2 givens. And I'm not talking about Michael. See if we can hit Tony Gonsolin. Down the third base line, O'Neill runs so well, you got no play. You wasted a throw. O'Neill hit it at 102 off the bat. Kind of a shame it didn't get down the third base line, because that's probably a double. A little bit unlucky. O'Neill only has 48 steal. And I'm picked off. I thought he was going to the plate. He really held the ball forever. I hate that I have to steal with the left stick. I don't get why the controls just can't be the same all the time. But they like to change them for player lock, and then I look like a fucking idiot. Wouldn't be the first time, certainly won't be the last time. We got runners on first and second, your top 2. Trying to take the lead against Tony Gonsolin, and that's going to be a chopper at third base. He goes a short way to second, and the inning is over. Good pitch to hit, just got barely on top of it. Beat it down into the ground. Griffin Canning running into some trouble here, bottom 3. 1 down. We get a fly out. Runner, I'm sure, will tag. We're going to hit the cut, and we have no play. So run scores. Dodgers take a 1-0 lead. Canning's done well, but, you know, you get into a bases-loaded situation, it's going to be tough. As we'll see the newest Dodger, Anthony Santander. He'll hit it to fairly shallow center. O'Neill camped underneath. And that is the inning. No, it's not. That's 1 out. Why did I think there were 2 outs? it was the inning anyway. Dodgers bring in Gavin Stone. Struggled mightily at the big league level in real life this season. Is now only at AAA, I believe, as he gets O'Neill to fly out. He's really a big changeup guy. Gets us on a slider there. All right, let's rip one. Give me a fastball to hit. Is that Joaquin Arnold on second base again? I feel like last time we were up, we saw him as well. O'Neill grounds it short way, gets the out at second base. Man, O'Neill can't catch a break with these hard-hit ground balls. See Cam Collier get a shot, though. This is his first at-bat of spring training. It might be. He's facing Andre Jackson, who I believe was DFA'd in real life by the Dodgers. Collier got a good piece of it. Going to be another flyout. I could see Matt McLain kind of feeling like the odd man out, given the acquisition of Tyler O'Neill and our current infield depth. But he certainly is not. He has, you know, real star potential on this team going forward. He's going to be a big-time player for us, and he's going to be on this team. We're going to find a spot for him. I think his positional flexibility really puts us in a fantastic position. Jonathan India really shouldn't DH when Jesse Winker exists. Second base kind of feels like a natural spot for McLain. I think what it comes down to is once Yandy Diaz is gone, it's not going to be an issue at all. It's probably going to be McLain at shortstop, Ellie De La Cruz at third base, and then India at second base, Jock at first, and then maybe Joaquin Arnold at first. TJ Antone allows a base hit here with nobody down. James Outman reaches, and TJ Antone's going to get yanked. TJ Antone is done. He's thrown 11 pitches. Do we go back to Enrique Magana? We're going to throw Connor Phillips. He's been dominant at Double-A in real life this season in 2023. And we have not really talked or seen much of him in Reds franchise. And we're going to see what he can do here in spring training. He's a little erratic to pitch with, I'm not going to lie. Finally find the strike zone. Took me a minute to kind of get the hang of his release as this ball is ripped. Cam Collier in center? Why? He doesn't have it. That's a double. The Dodgers tie it up. I mean, Phillips threw it basically right down the middle. He's tough to locate with. I know we're a little bit early on these releases, but it seems like it's like you're going to have to do it earlier, and then it's not. So I don't know, a little bit weird. Dodgers win on a ground ball. They had a runner on third. It was a tough spot. We didn't do what we needed to do with Connor Phillips, plain and simple. And we're going to get some Marcus Stroman pitcher lock. New acquisition. I believe this is the first time we're going to see him pitch for us. Joaquin Arnold's going to be in the lineup as well today, which is nice. He's having a decent spring training, hitting 286. And it seems to be an on-base machine otherwise. We see him standing on second base every time we came up with Tyler O'Neill. But let's look at Marcus Stroman in Cincinnati Reds gear. He'll face Mark Cassidy. Yeah, that's a player, I guess. Transition to pure analog, maybe get some different results. Maybe we can even locate it better. Look at that slider from Marcus Stroman. Can we paint? I mean, he should be a control artist, ground ball machine.
Nope, ball one.
That's not strike three, huh?
One ball.
Okay. 1-2 to Cassidy. Got a ground ball. This is going to be a tough play for De La Cruz. Or is it? Ellie makes it look easy. Manuel Margot off to a nice start. He does feel like an A, doesn't he? Hitting over 300. I know he's been a Padre and a Ray in his career. I almost want to like throw down a bet that Manuel Margot will end up on the A's one day. It just feels, it feels like it would happen. Really only throwing sinkers to Soderstrom. I don't know how he's able to take that pitch after the last one was in the same location for a strike. We're going to throw the cutter. That's a decent swing on it. It's, oh, nearly back-to-back hits for the A's. Nice play by Renfroe and Wright. Ooh, strikeout from Stroman. Let's go, Marcus. You know, we don't expect him to strike too many guys out. Just get outs, ground balls, just like that. Diving stop, India. No play at first, really. Now, the only question, and it's a fair one about adding a guy like Marcus Stroman. It's a great scoop by the first baseman, Jock. We were never getting over to cover that. So, okay. But do we have the defense behind Marcus Stroman to get consistent outs when he gets these ground balls? Because he's a pitch-to-contact guy. Jock making it look easy at first base. Maybe we do. You know, Ellie is still developing as a defender, but he could be a reliable guy. At third base, I just wonder, like, maybe it's Cam Collier, maybe it's Joaquin Arnold, maybe it's Ellie at third, Matt McClain at shortstop, Indy at second. Like, you think that maybe Ellie and Matt McClain's a good combo, but then there are questions about, you know, that first base, second base combo. Because India just isn't very good. Ellie charges, throws. Nice pick from Jock. I mean, they're making it look easy right now. I don't know. As Stroman gets yanked. Hunter Green on in relief. That's bizarre. We'll see an inning of Hunter Green. Why not? Struck him out. 103. Goodbye, Manuel. That's strike 3. How is that not a strike? What are we doing? That's a makeup call. Little check swing. Home plate umpire said he went. How is that changeup a ball? That is absurd. Almost absurd, or as absurd as Hunter Green just pumping 100+ consistently. But that's what he does. It's just insane that he does that. Ground ball at India. Goes a short way to De La Cruz. And we are out of it. All right, we're going to get into Joaquin Arnold AB here. Those glasses look insane. JT Ginn on the mound. He's got a sinker, two-seamer, essentially with a running fastball slider. And did that say slider? We'll get another look in a second as Arnold shoots it back up the middle for a hit. Runners on first and second, 2 down. There's only spring training. Like, these results don't really matter. He just has 2 sliders at slightly different velos. Okay. I don't think I've ever seen that. This is the strangest pitch mix I've probably ever seen. Slider, slider. And I don't know if it's like gyro slider sweeper. Because otherwise it might just say sweeping curve or something, you know? As I'm all over with India. He hits it somehow 5 miles per hour less off the bat than it was pitched. Seems insane when it was squared up. Hunter Green dominating on the mound. We get back to Ellie De La Cruz. Only hitting 250. As they'll bring in the hard-throwing Mason Miller. Four-seamer, a little bit harder in real life, I believe. As De La Cruz will shoot that back up the middle for a single. I want him to hit higher in the lineup than 8th. He just didn't really do too well at the top of the lineup last year, so we moved him down. We saw a little bit more success. And I just feel like he's probably just going to stay there. I could even boost his steal rating from a 76, you know. He is a stealing machine for Cincinnati every time he gets on. I think he's like 7 for 7, maybe. Something like that. Just stole second about half an inning ago as I record this. There goes Ellie. Here's the throw. Not in time. Bit of a closer play. But you can't catch Ellie De La Cruz. 99 speed is too crazy. Got over 20 miles per hour on this run. You can't catch Ellie. Can't do it. That's a strike. Okay. Quite an interesting strike zone today. 2-1. We might hit and run here. We'll see what happens. There goes Ellie. Hanger. 110 off the bat foul. Can't sit back on that. 85 up in the zone. That's tough. You kind of read that. You want to just get the bat out in front. Ball 3. There goes Ellie. That is ball 4. Ellie advances to third on another stolen base. And we'll see Tyler O'Neill. Runners on the corners, nobody out. Mason Miller kind of struggling to throw strikes here. And when they are strikes, sometimes they're, you know, wild in the zone. That's a curveball right down the middle. 102 off the bat, unfortunately. Just foul. Yandy Diaz with a base hit. That's going to score 1. First and second now with 1 out after the O'Neill out. Tyler O'Neill got a change up. 106 miles per hour off the bat. Line out. Why is franchise line out simulator? It's insane. Might have more success with just using timing. Just praying for good results. I mean, I'm on every one of these. We're just making outs. It is. That's just baseball. There's Jock Peterson all over it. It's going to be an out. All right. Yandy Diaz with an RBI single, though. We'll take it. All right, we'll see another Joaquin Arnold AB. He's yet to hit that first home run. OPS near 850, though, hitting 333. That's, you know, a 1-for-3 average, which is pretty good. Or exceptional, should I say. Oh, this has a chance. It's got. I thought that was weak off the bat. It wasn't my best swing. Why are not the best swings home runs? And all over it are consistent lineouts. Joaquin Arnold goes yard. The first time we've seen him homer. Hopefully not the last. Yeah, I don't know. It got a pitch to hit, clearly. And I mean, I looked away. I didn't think it was a home run at first. I thought it was just going to be a reasonable fly out. Cut it out of the video. No big deal. Joaquin Arnold goes 382 for his first MLB home run. India grounds out. We're going to get an Ellie De La Cruz AB against Gunnar Hoglund. 4-seam slider, changeup, 2-seam. It's not a very challenging repertoire, and he does not throw hard. The biggest challenge is just going to be sitting back so I'm not early on it and actually keeping it fair when we connect, and hopefully we connect in a big way. Ellie, this one's got a chance to stay fair, and it's going to. Sat back on it. It's a ground rule double. Ellie waiting back on the changeup, going the other way. You know, really goes down and kind of digs this out. Maybe very bottom of the strike zone. Could have been just under. Good piece of hitting. Ooh, Alexi Vina into pinch hit. He is 0 for 5 in the spring training. Why is Joaquin Arnold outplaying you so badly, Alexi? I want you to debut this year. It's not going to happen. All over that one, by the way. Good timing, supposedly. Squared up a 94-mile-per-hour fastball. Hit it 87 off the bat. Ripped. Stevenson with a home run. Jock walks. And we'll get another Joaquin Arnold AB. Average at 400. OPS at 1255. We just saw his first homer. He's facing Landon Sims. All right, Joaquin. Oh, that is crushed. Just early timing. Squared up. 107 off the bat. Foul. Just early timing is the worst timing in the game. If you watch any of my streams, I say that all the time. Because just early is either always a foul or weak contact somehow. But just late is also king. But we're late on that one. Right center gap. Ball gets down. Don't be just early. Be late. We're going for 3. He's so slow. He's going to be out by a mile. Joaquin Arnold pushing for 3. We got the double, though. Of course, would never do that outside of spring training. It was fun to see him really push for it. Here's Ellie. 980 OPS. Still looking for more consistency out of him, though. That's a pitch to hit. Ellie De La Cruz goes down and gets it again. Deep to right center. Over the wall. Home run. Ellie De La Cruz. That's what we want to see more of. Ellie bomb. Love that. 107 off the bat. Finally not a line out. David Bell loves it. I love it. You love it. And we want to see more of that, but in the regular season. Ellie just got a mistake pitch, plain and simple. Didn't get it over the wall by much, but he got it. Jake Fraley, this one's got a chance. And I think it's going to be over the wall, and it is. Should have simulated that at bat probably, but Jake Fraley goes yard. I don't know, just got a pitch to hit. Stayed on it. Jake Fraley, belly to belly, and back to back. Do I hear 3 in a row? It's Matt McClain, so it's kind of unlikely. Doesn't really have a ton of power. More power in real life than he does in the game. But that's kind of more of his game. Single back up the middle, we'll take it. All right, Alexi Vina. You got this. Luis Medina's not had a good start to his game, and he's going to get out of it. Got a ground ball. That was not a good swing for me. We just can't seem to hit with Alexi Vina, man. It's sad. Let's bring on Magana. Let's see how he simulates. Ground out, strikeout, ground out. Magana might make the team. Joaquin Arnold might make the team. Ellie, player of the game, 3 for 4 with a home run. Joaquin Arnold, 3 for 4 with a home run. Both had doubles. They had the exact same stat line. Stevenson also goes 3 for 4 with a home run, just did not have a double. All right, let's simulate to basically the end of spring training. We'll take a look at the numbers. I want to see how these guys have simulated. Stroman with an ERA right at 6.19. Big Rey Mysterio guy. We are 16-8. Let's check out these numbers. So, starting pitching, Hunter Renfroe, we'll get to later. This is Hunter Green. 3.41 ERA, whip at 1.26. Not terrible. We'll take that. It is spring training. I don't really know how much to look into this. Nick Lodolo whips a little bit high at 1.38, but the ERA is great. More strikeouts than innings pitched is great. Graham Ashcraft has been very good. Whip at 1. He doesn't really allow base runners, man. Same thing last year. He was really good. His whip was 1.2. We'll certainly take that. Stroman's got to figure it out. We only gave him a 2-year contract, but he can't be bad for us. That'd be really awful. Griffin Canning is shoving. Yanni Chirinos, look at him. Doing great in his new role. Miguel Luis was awesome. 12 strikeouts in 12 2/3. I mean, Gavin Williams was really good too. Pitching's going to be a strength for us pretty soon, which I'm super stoked about. That's going to be awesome. Bruzdor was pretty good. Lucas Sims, ERA right at 3. I don't know how much to read into these, as I mentioned, but 1.35 ERA from Caleb Ferguson's great. TJ Antone was pretty good. Let's look at the closers. Alexis Diaz just sucks in simulation. 7.36 ERA. Whip over 2. Why are you so bad? Why is he so bad? I don't get it. Magana was awesome. 2 2/3, struck out 4, only walked 1. So no David Robertson for us. He, I guess, went a different direction. Tyler O'Neill, red hot spring training, hitting 289 but 6 home runs. Matthew Nelson hitting 286 and 7 ABs. That's fine. He shouldn't really ever play. He's our backup catcher. So maybe like 20 games a year. Kind of what I'm hoping for. If Tyler Stevenson goes down, we got a big problem. Jock Peterson wasn't too great. Cam Collier was awful in spring training. Jonathan India really didn't do a whole lot. Edwin Arroyo hitting 273, but doesn't look like any extra base power. Third base, Ellie. I mean, he looks like he might be red hot. 330 with 6 home runs, 7 steals. Ellie might be putting up MVP type numbers. Yandy Diaz is apparently cold, hitting 342 with 3 homers. I would argue that. Joaquin Arnold kind of came back down to earth a bit, 267. Did have that home run. He's probably not going to make the team, guys, but a great debut for him in spring training. Matt McClain hit quite well. Spencer Steer was good. I like that 280 average. Want to see more home runs from these guys, though. Noelvi Marte went 0 for 9. Lights too bright. He's not ready yet. Jake Fraley was really good. Jesse Winker only got 4 ABs, so can't really read into that. Tyler O'Neill was quite solid. Hendrick could have been better, but 240 is not awful for him. He's still so young. George Valera was not good in 18 ABs. Jay Allen's not going to play. McKenna, look at you. 353 average, a home run in 17 ABs. I'll take that. And then Hunter Renfroe is a beast. He is season ready, hitting 358 with 6 home runs, 18 RBIs. Alexi Vina at about 270. Still doesn't have the power that I'm looking for right now. And then we'll see what happens with Will Benson. But that is our spring training. We'll have to see what happens. You know, we really have some tough decisions with our pitching, to be honest. But with the hitting, I think you guys pretty much know what's up. So let me know down in the comment section below who you think should make the team, who should not make the team coming out of spring training. It'll be interesting. The rotation remains in an interesting spot. It's just spring training. I'm not going to overreact to Marcus Stroman's ERA or any of the good ones, to be honest. But I think we saw pretty good performances. Obviously, all of these young players cannot make the team, like Enrique Magana, like obviously Connor Phillips, like Miguel Luis. But there is potential for some of these young guys to break camp, as they say. And I will say, I don't think it's going to be Alexi Vina, and I don't think it's going to be Joaquin Arnold. But there are some guys in competition for it. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. That'll do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Take it easy.